Hey, I'm Jusko from ProblemMoney.com. A new credit card, the AT&T Points Plus Card, has just hit the market, and we're going to do a little review of it. But first, I'm going to ask you to please subscribe to this YouTube channel if you have not already. And if you have already, I thank you for doing so. So AT&T and Citibank launching the Points Plus Card today as I make this video. If you are an AT&T wireless customer, you could find it pretty interesting, maybe pretty rewarding. If you're not an AT&T wireless customer, you're probably not going to be interested in it. Now, the card uses a combination of potential statement credits and Citi thank you points to reward you on your purchases. So depending on how much you spend on the card and what you spend it on, you could find the card very rewarding, or you could find it only so-so. So let's take a look. The AT&T Points Plus Card is a no annual fee MasterCard that is going to give you, first off, potentially statement credits based on how much you spend on the card each billing cycle. So if you spend over $1,000 on the card in a billing cycle, you are going to get a $20 statement credit. On the card, if you spend between $500 and $999, you're going to get a $10 statement credit. And then if you spend less than $500, there's not going to be a statement credit. In addition, on your purchases, you're going to get 3 Citi thank you points per dollar on gas station purchases, 2 Citi thank you points per dollar on grocery store purchases and grocery delivery, 1 point per dollar on everything else. Sort of the usual caveats about gas stations and grocery stores. If the gas station or grocery store does a lot of other things in addition to gas or groceries, then it may not code as a gas station or grocery store. So sometimes things like Walmart, Target, that sort of thing aren't necessarily going to code that way. But if they're standalone gas stations or standalone grocery stores, they should give you the code and you should get the correct number of points. And then there's a bonus offer for new card holders of $100 if you spend at least $1,000 with the card in the first 3 months of having it. Note also that if you want to get those statement credits as an AT&T wireless customer, you must be on a postpaid plan, meaning they bill you after the end of whatever the period is when you have used your phone, and you have to be on paperless billing and auto pay with the AT&T Points Plus Card as the payment method on your bill. Looking at rates and fees on the card, like I said, no annual fee. In terms of interest rates, you could be anywhere from 19.74% to 27.74% depending on your credit history. As I make this video, interest rates have been going up all over the place. Credit card interest rates have skyrocketed right along with them. So obviously none of those interest rates look all that good, so you don't want to be carrying a balance. 3% foreign transaction fee, so if you use the card outside of the United States, you're going to get charged an extra 3% on any of those purchases, which is less than ideal. All right, so that's pretty much the deal with the card. Let's look at a few scenarios now and see how you would be rewarded in those scenarios. The first one's maybe a little unrealistic, but it's sort of the place where you would see how you could get maybe the most out of the card. So let's say you, as an AT&T customer who have the card, you spend $900 on gas in a billing cycle, which is obviously an awful lot of gas. And then let's say your AT&T bill, just to use a round number, is $100. So you spend $1,000 on the card. That means that you would get that $20 statement credit, and then it also means that on the $900 worth of gas spend, you would get 2,700 points. On the $100 of your AT&T bill, you would get 100 points, which means 2,700, and 100 is 2,800. 2,800 points, let's just say penny per point in most redemption scenarios, going to be worth $28. So you've got a $20 statement credit and $28 worth of points. That's $48 worth of rewards on a $1,000 spend, which would be 4.8% on everything that you spent on the card, the gas, and your AT&T bill. Pretty good. Now let's look at maybe a little more realistic scenario. Let's say you spend $600 on the card in a billing cycle. $200 of that is spent on gas, $300 of that is spent at grocery stores, $100 on your AT&T bill. Because you spent over $500, you would get that $10 statement credit, which is what you get between $500 and $999 in spending. You would get 3 points per dollar on your gas station purchases. So on $200, you'd get 600 points. On your $300 worth of grocery store purchases at 2 points per, you would also get 600 points there. For your $100 of AT&T AT&T purchases for your wireless bill, you would then get 100, which would mean you get the $10 statement credit and 1,300 thank you points. At a penny per point, we'll say those 1,300 points are worth $13. $10 statement credit plus $13, $23 in rewards on a $600 spend for the month on the card. That's a 3.8% return on all of your purchases. Still pretty good. All right, now let's look at another possible scenario where you spend more and you don't really think too hard about what you are spending on with the card. So you spend $2,000 with the card, you are still going to spend $200 on gas, $300 on groceries, that $100 on your AT&T bill, but then another $1,400 on just whatever. In this case, you spend $2,000, so you get the $20 statement credit because you went over that $1,000 threshold. You're still going to get 600 thank you points on the gas, $600 or 600 points on the groceries. You're still going to get 100 points on the AT&T bill, and then another 1,400 points on all of your other purchases. So that means on your purchases, you earned 2,700 thank you points, which we're going to say are worth $27. So you got a $20 statement credit, $27 worth of points. That's $47 in rewards on a $2,000 spend. 2.35% in rewards, still pretty good. So when you look at those scenarios, there is some clear value here if you are an AT&T wireless customer, especially if you only wanted to hold one credit card, or maybe if you would use this card for just gas station and grocery store purchases and you knew you could hit at least that $500 threshold each month, you could get some good value. Now, if you're not an AT&T customer, there are better cards out there on the market. This card has a little bit of a weak bonus for new card holders at only $100 compared to some other stuff out there on the market. But overall, not a bad package from AT&T and Citi. I think AT&T will probably do pretty well with this card, especially if they market it just to, wireless customers that are already paying that bill and thinking, well, I can get more for that bill than I could have before. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments section below. Otherwise, I thank you for watching. And as always, please go to proudmoney.com where we do credit card reviews. We talk personal finance. We talk deals and all sorts of other fun stuff too. If you're not going to leave a comment or go to the website, you might want to watch this video.